Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio, and today we've got a Yoga Nidra meditation on compassion. I like to bring up the theme of the intention now so that you can begin to think of what your sankalpa might be in our practice tonight. The sankalpa is the heart's deepest desire. It's stated as a sentence in the present positive tense. So take a moment to think of what your heart's deepest desire is. Think of your dreams, your hopes. Think of the best possible future you can imagine for the world. And with that image in your mind, distill that down to its true essence. For instance, if one of the biggest desires is to lose weight, you're constantly thinking about it, distill it down to why. That's where the true essence comes in. Perhaps the why is, I want to feel healthy. I want to be able to do the things that I want to do through my life. I want to go on hikes. I want to feel good. And so health is the reason behind that. So then you would state your sankalpa, that seed intention regarding the idea of health, something powerful like I am the very embodiment of health. Now, with compassion being the intention we're focusing on tonight, this can go very perfectly perhaps with the intention you already have in your mind, or perhaps it's more of a metaphorical way. For instance, that wanting to lose weight, that wanting to get health, is your way of having compassion for everything that's happened to you in your past, everything that will happen to you in the future. You have compassion and love for the physical body that you have. Or perhaps it's more direct and you're wanting to state a sankalpa about compassion, such as, my truest identity is love and compassion. So as I continue to introduce Yoga Nidra, keep on thinking of what your intention might be today. You can even pause this video if you need to think about it further. And the reason why we think of this sankalpa is because we plant the sankalpa at multiple times during this meditation. We plant that heart's deepest desire into our subconscious, because those are fertile soils that we start to access by uncovering different layers of our identity, layers of our self, ultimately layers of our subconscious. And by getting all the way past 7 different layers to get all the way down to that fertile soil right there in the middle of the subconscious, we're able to plant a seed, a new pattern into our subconscious. And with that pattern planted, we begin to attract that new future to us very powerfully. And that's the huge reason why Yoga Nidra meditation is so powerful. Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep, and we're getting into that brainwave that lets that depth of the subconscious become available to us. And so now that you have a basic idea of what this meditation is all about, what it's for, we'll now begin to dive into our meditation journey today. Make sure that you're comfortable laying all the way down onto your back. We're going to be in this meditation for an extended period, so make sure that you're warm enough. You've got a blanket on, as the body temperature tends to drop through the course of an hour without moving. Now, if you need to move, that's always going to be fine. Nothing's wrong with that. You don't want your body to distract you from the meditation over and over again. But that being said, try to lessen the amount of movement to the very minimal necessary. For instance, if you have an itch that happens on your shoulder, and then an itch on your ankle, and then this, and you just start noticing all these things going on, that can be really distracting. And the more movement you add, trying to scratch all those different parts, really does take you out of that meditative quality of the brain. And so try to just let yourself be with whatever it is, unless, of course, it's way too distracting, and a simple adjustment will make you be brought to a place where the comfort of the mind is accessible. Now, if you need to pause the recording to help make sure you have time to get set up with a pillow under the head, maybe a pillow under the knees, anything that'll help you be comfortable, feel free to pause it. Otherwise, we'll get started now. Throughout the uniqueness of individual life, we sometimes take on the belief that no one understands us, and so we feel isolated. The flip side of that coin is that everyone is going around isolating themselves because of an assumption that is probably more false than true. Perhaps if we knew everything about a person, we would be overcome in compassion, and we would absolutely understand why they do the actions that we see. In today's meditation, we will be attempting to dissolve the boundaries that we've created between ourselves and others, and we'll be extending our hearts outward in a great act of compassion. We now begin this transformative journey with a sankalpa, a seed intention. If you're not positive what your intention should be today, perhaps use a phrase such as, "My truest identity is love and compassion." Bring to mind your heart's deepest desire and state it mentally 3 times in the present positive tense, as if it's already happening. We will now begin to send compassion to our physical bodies. As each part of the body is named, acknowledge how hard it has worked your whole life. Even if you've considered a body part flawed and imperfect, today we are filled with gratitude and compassion for each and every physical piece of us, trusting that it has always done the very best that it could with what it was given. The color pink represents the ideas of nurturing love and compassion, with pink being a combination of the color red for action and white for insight. We get that beautiful color pink. So as each body part is listed off, illuminate it with the color pink for compassion. We begin with the crown of the head, the hair of the head, the scalp, the forehead, the right eyebrow, the right eyelids, right eyelashes, the right eye, left eyebrow, left eyelids, left eyelashes, the left eye, the right temple, right ear, right cheek, the nose, left cheek, left temple, left ear, the left half of the jaw, the right half of the jaw, the chin, the bottom lip, the top lip, the top teeth, the bottom teeth, the bottom of the tongue, the top of the tongue, back of the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the throat, the back of the nose, the nostrils, the air passing in and out of the nostrils, the entire head filled with the pink light of compassion. The throat, the neck, the shoulders, the right arm, the right shoulder, the right upper arm, the right elbow, the right lower arm, the right wrist, the right palm, right thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, the entire right hand, the entire right arm filled with the pink light of compassion. The left shoulder, the left upper arm, the left elbow, the left lower arm, the left wrist, left palm, left thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, the entire left hand, The entire left arm filled with the pink light of compassion. Both arms filled with the pink light of compassion. The torso, right lung, the right ribs, the left lung, the left ribs, the sternum, the heart, the liver, the stomach, the intestines, the spleen, the kidneys, the bladder, the reproductive organs, the pelvis, the spinal column, the vertebrae, the muscles of the back, the muscles of the chest, the muscles of the abdomen, the entire torso filled with the pink light of compassion. The right leg, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, the knee, the back of the knee, the shin, the calf, the inner ankle, the outer ankle, the heel, the arch, the ball of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the entire right foot, the entire right leg filled with the pink light of compassion. The left leg, the front of the thigh, back of the thigh, the knee, back of the knee, the shin, the calf, the inner ankle, the outer ankle, heel, arch, ball of foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the entire left foot, the entire left leg filled with the pink light of compassion. The entire body filled with the pink light of compassion. Entire body, entire body, entire body. With the whole body being illuminated in the pink light of compassion, we turn to the breath to help deepen the color. In your mind's eye, imagine that with every inhale, the pink color shifts closer to white, and with every exhale, the pink color shifts closer to red. Inhale, a whiter pink. Exhale, a redder pink. Feel the range of shades of compassion. Some compassion being more active, and some more passive. Some being more full of love, and some being more full of necessity. Inhale, experience white. Exhale, experience red. Inhale, white. Exhale, red. Try to contract the throat lightly so that you can hear the breath passing in and out. Inhale, white. Exhale, red. Three more deep, slow breaths in and out. Now let all the bright shades of compassion we've been working with begin to consolidate into the heart. As the colors gather, feel yourself becoming open-hearted, almost like a swirling vortex. Feel the brightness gather and aid the heart in becoming more and more open. Imagine what it would feel like to be 100% open-hearted. Experience this for a moment on as many levels of perception as possible. Now, almost as if the light is beginning to fade, feel the heart start to close. With each breath, the heart begins to get tighter. Feel the heart as it is closing. Take a moment now to let yourself experience both an open heart and a closed heart at the same time. Experience openness and closedness. Heart open and heart closed. Let that go entirely. Begin now to feel a magnetic pull between you and the earth. Feel the constant, strong, attractive force pulling your body down to the earth. If you were standing up, walking would be very difficult. The magnet is so strong, you're not sure if your foot could lift off the ground. Feel magnetism. Now imagine the magnets have been flipped around and you feel yourself lifted off the ground. Your foot now would be unable to touch the ground, no matter how hard you tried. Feel the repulsion side of magnetism. And now try to imagine experiencing both magnetic pull and magnetic repulsion in the body at the same time. Feel both ends of the spectrum trying to work at the same time. Repulsion and attraction together. Now let yourself release that entirely. Looking down at your hands, notice your fingertips black. As you begin to touch things, you feel life getting drained out of them. If you only touch for a moment or two, only a little bit of life force is drained. If you hold your hand long enough, plants and animals will wither. Feel the influence of life force drained by your hand. Now, give your hands permission to reverse the flow. Now, when you touch plants and animals, you give them healing life force that helps them flourish. Intuitively, you know that in order for you not to become drained yourself, you need to connect to the greater power of the earth and let her tremendous energy flow through you, through your hands, and into others. Feel yourself as a healing force. Now feel the power in your hands to heal and to hurt. Feel healing and hurting energies flowing. Try to feel healing and hurting together through your hands. Healing and hurting at the exact same moment. Releasing that power back to the earth, now begin to see yourself walking down a pathway at the park. You come over to sit at a park bench and you look out at the different kinds of people you see. You see a person walking their dog. The dog likes to wander everywhere and smell things. You see little children on swings and slides far away. Listen to their distant laughter. You see a bike traveling on the nearby road. The road doesn't seem busy. You see an older gentleman meandering slowly with a cane. You see someone else talking on their cell phone. You can't hear the words being said, but you see the call end and the cell phone is put into the pocket. The person drops down onto their knees and begins crying. It's one of the weirdest things you've ever witnessed, but you physically observe a dark cloud beginning to surround this poor soul. With such tremendous curiosity, you begin to walk toward this person. The more time has passed, the thicker the clouds become. When you are close by, you intuitively know what to do to help. You take deep breaths, and with each breath in, you take the dark cloud into your own lungs. See yourself breathing the dark cloud into your lungs. You continue to take several more deep breaths in so that you can take all of the sorrow away from this soul in front of you. Once you've breathed in the last bits of cloud, notice what the sorrow and despair of the cloud feels like inside of your lungs. Feeling your heart take over, the steady, rhythmic beating begins to transform the dark cloud into a bright, warm light. See if you can feel your heart beating out transformation within your chest. Feel your lungs bright and warm. And now exhale out deeply and shower the warm, loving light of compassion on this stranger. Feel their burden made much lighter with the power of your love. See their body at ease, their shoulders relaxed. This person turns around to give their gratitude to you for what you've done this tremendous day. You realize that this person is actually you. You never saw the face until now, but it is yourself looking back at you. In giving kindness to a stranger, you ended up helping yourself, and you didn't even know it. You feel somehow transformed in important ways by this experience. You walk away a new person. Feeling the depth of the transformation process, let yourself experience each of the following qualities of presence, one at a time. Feel hope. Humble. Brave. Fearless. Decisive. Inspiring. Just. Progressive. Reliable. Supportive. Trustworthy. Visionary. Wise. Loving. Compassionate. Returning now to the Sankalpa, bring your mind to your seed intention, your heart's deepest desire. When the Sankalpa has clearly returned, state it 3 times mentally now. As we prepare to wrap up this meditation, some of us will be transitioning towards sleep here, and some will be transitioning toward the rest of the day. So wherever you find yourself in your day, I wish you love, compassion, light, happiness, peace. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.